my first point is that just like scholars in China, they discount and disagree with the Indian perceptions that the BRI, for example, or the pre-BRI Chinese expanding presence in the Indian subcontinent is essentially directed at intimidating India or blocking or obstructing India's economic growth, etc., etc. Likewise, scholars in India do not subscribe to the Chinese view that the growing Indo-US relationship in its entirety is either India actively or proactively joining the US-led alliance in the region to contain China. Fact is that Quad, of course, is a loose alliance, which is basically for political coordination and consultation, etc., etc., and not a serious military grouping together to contain China or to balance aggressive Chinese expansion in the region, etc., etc. My second point is that China's aggressive actions in territorial disputes with its neighbors, even when there was no such level of tensions between China and the US, China has been behaving very aggressively in its territorial disputes with its neighbors. And third, if this is how China chooses to play or continue to play century of humiliation victim card on one hand, and aggressively resort to bullying behavior against neighbors in order to resist or challenge the US determination to isolate China on the other hand, then I think China needs to do some serious introspection. China's overall objective is, as it has been in the last 4 decades, to achieve economic development and economic prosperity for its people. Therefore, China must display the ability to think out of the box. China must avoid a one-size-fits-all approach in its behavior with neighbors and in its diplomacy. Or else, despite the good intentions,
I think when we discuss the all China, India, the US, those trilateral things, I will say we particularly need some kind of professionalism here. I think 2 things. One is, I think China and the US are entering a new era, which I think competition is the major character. So we don't have much choice now. So in this situation, if India stand in between, I think that will serve India's national interest, of course. But to be honest, I think the concern here in China regarding US-India relations has been growing in China. Though we understand that India have a very long tradition of strategic independence, but the problem is the signals we received from our interaction with Indian friends, I will say mainly negative. All those developments, no matter who should be blamed, gave many Chinese an impression that is India is leaning towards the United States. So and also join mechanism like Quad to contain China. Actually, alliance politics is not a direction of international politics, and it's not in any country's interest to in today's world politics to form some very formal security-oriented alliance system. Strategy won't evolve into that old style alliance system because this is not the trend, and the US cannot achieve that goal. But I think rhetoric here in China and rhetoric in India and rhetoric in United States gave us an misperception that Quad is evolving towards that direction, and so our professionalism has been blocked. I mean, one level is a bilateral relations, the other level is more strategic level. This Quad issue, Indo-Pacific strategy issue, to separate those 2 levels, or we will be trapped by this trilateral dispute, the border dispute. That will be a tragedy because India and China, we will be the two most important country in the world for this century, but we were just trapped by the border issue. To sum up, the professionalism is extremely important. Let's separate the bilateral dispute from the more importantly, the strategic level issues.
Let us not forget that China, US, and India, all three are nuclear powers. And I don't think any of these three countries is interested in any kind of a military conflict or escalating of tensions. That one has to keep it in mind as of now. And it is only a loose coming together of these four countries in which India has a very distinct position or role in Quad. That is number one. Number two, Quad, if you look at the four countries, America, of course, is miles away from China. But closer home, out of the remaining three countries, India is the only nuclear power. Neither is Japan nor is Australia.
As I have written before about the future of Quad, I don't believe the Quad would have a bright future because none of you would wish to sacrifice your bilateral relationship with China for the benefit of any other three countries. I'm thinking if China and India stick to this policy of non-alliance, this is a unique or combined contribution. We should continue to stick to this policy of non-alliance.